All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Graphix Con Babysitters Club live panel. I'm your host, Matt, and I'm so excited to connect with you all today. We're here with the creators of the Babysitters Club graphic novels. We're going to be chatting with them. We're going to see some live drawing demonstrations. At the end, we're going to play a fun game of the Babysitters Club Trivia. So let's jump right into it and introduce our speakers. First off is Raina Telgemeier. Raina is the award-winning best-selling author of books you may have heard of, such as Smile, Sisters and Guts. She also adapted the first 4 Babysitters Club graphic novels. Hello, Raina. Up next.
Hello, Matt. Hello, everybody.
Hello to everyone, of course. Up next is Gail Galligan. Gail Galligan is also a best-selling author. She adapted the next 4 Babysitters Club graphic novels, including fan favorites such as Christie's Big Day and Logan Likes Marianne. Hello, Gail.
Hey.
And Gabrielle Epstein. Gabriella is the latest author to adapt the Babysitters Club graphic novels. Her book, Claudia and the New Girl, just came out, so check that out at your bookstore or library. Hello, Gabriella.
Hi.
And last but certainly not least, Katie Farina. Katie has adapted the Babysitter's Little Sister graphic novel starring Christie's little sister, Karen. The third book, Karen's Worst Day, is available now, so check that out. And hello, Katie.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you all for joining us today. It's so great to have the full club here. I'm going to get started with a question for you all that I'm sure you hear a lot. We get this a lot, and I'm sure it's going to be helpful for some people in our audience who are aspiring writers and illustrators. How did you get started writing graphic novels? How especially did you get started with the Babysitters Club? And what sort of advice do you have for people who want to be writers or illustrators? Do you want to start off, Raina?
Sure. So I've been making comics since I was about 10 years old. I was inspired to make them because I loved reading them. My favorites were Calvin and Hobbes and Peanuts and For Better or For Worse and Foxtrot. I was reading them in the newspaper and I started trying to make my own comic strips. And then when I was in college, I started thinking about writing longer form stories and about, what format I wanted to present them. So I started self-publishing my own stories and my own comics. We called them mini comics. And it just meant that I was going and putting them on a copy machine and printing them out and then folding them into little booklets. And I would take those to comic conventions and I would sell them to my friends. And one of the people that I met when I was making mini comics was an editor at Scholastic who was in the process of developing the Graphix line. This was in, I think it was 2003, 2004. It was a long time ago. And in 2005, they launched the Graphix line. And in 2006, my very first graphic novel was published. And it is Christie's Great Idea, which is the first book in the Babysitters Club series. I had been a lifelong fan of the series, of the prose novels. And so when I started talking with the editors about perhaps turning this into comics, it was like, oh my gosh, all of my favorite things in life are just coming together in a perfect way. And it was really fun. I did 4 books. And then after that, I started working on my original graphic novels, which the first one was Smile. And Smile, people seemed to like it. So that made people be even more interested in reading the Babysitters Club graphic novels. And it's really been a joy for me to see this whole process and to share it with so many amazing creators and to feel like we really are a club. We really are a team. We are making something together. And that's one of my favorite things is making things with other people. So as far as advice, maybe that's a great piece of advice is that making things with other people is really fun. So maybe you're somebody who loves to write and maybe you have a friend who likes to draw. Maybe the two of you can put your heads together and come up with stories that you can tell. And then it's a collaboration. And then you both get to high five each other when your project is finished. So I'll start with that.
It's so true. Oh my gosh, that high five is always so much fun.
Let's do it right now, all of us. Careful with the hand.
Origin story. I guess, similarly to Raina, I was really into comic strips growing up. I would like clip out all of my favorites every day from the newspaper and put them in a binder so I could reread Garfield and Calvin and Hobbes and The Far Side. And then when I was a tween, anime and manga became a really big deal in the United States. I was immediately just hooked. All of a sudden I could watch stories about young people like me going on adventures, doing magical fights, and I could go outside with my sister and neighbors and we could also engage in magical fights. We would scoot around the neighborhood on our razor scooters and, you know, use our psychic powers to battle evil. Like I had like precise psychic manipulation, like this is my coolest attack in the world. Here's the thing, we had a great time, but after every afternoon playing, I'd go inside and draw those adventures we had and show them to my friends the next day. Like, hey, look, it's you. You legally have to like this. They'd be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Your comics are like so much fun. And like, it was really validating, but also a way for me to connect with people. And I kind of didn't stop. I just kept on making comics, sharing them with people, having so much fun, and never making the connection that this was something people did for a living. So I went to college, I studied animation, I graduated like, okay, I'm gonna get a job in LA and like animate all that. No. So I hung around in New York City for a few years, getting like all the temp jobs I could and picking up 2 internships. Arena's like, I interned for an animation studio that was going under. People were leaving every day, it was terrifying. And for a graphic novelist. For the first time, I could see somebody like actually making comics for a living, ask questions about what it was like, learn about this really cool life, realize I wanted this for me. Her name was Raina Telgemeier. She was very cool. And so like I got to see drama being made behind the scenes. It was the best thing in the world. And after that, I really shifted gears. I wanted to make comics. I made so many mini comics. I made so many new friends, like passing mini comics back and forth. I went to grad school for comic books. You don't have to do this, but it worked for me. Basically, that was how I ended up meeting David Saylor from Scholastic Graphix, who was looking for someone to pick up Babysitters Club where Raina had left off. I did a test, like, here's how I would draw these characters, please like it. They said, yes, we do like it. I had to like run outside and just yell at the sun, like, I'm so happy. And I've been so happy ever since. I've been a huge fan of the Babysitters Club since I was a child, and I love that I get to share this with so many amazing people. Thank you.
So Gabriella, same question, yeah.
Yeah, Gail's amazing. Gail's so cool. I guess getting into comics was a kind of a thing that happened similar to Raina around middle school age. I was 11, 12, and the thing was, it was my secret identity. It was my Superman to my Clark Kent. I was kind of like a nerdy kid in middle school, but my dad was a politician, and he had all these ideas for editorial cartoons that he thought would be really cool, but he couldn't draw. So he was like, what if you did that? A child, what if you did that? And we didn't tell anybody you were a kid. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And I did, and it was so fun. And I learned about my community that way. I learned about, current events, and I would make them, and I would make adults mad, and they didn't know it was me. So I loved that. And I kept making cartoons, and then eventually I did that for my middle school paper, for my high school paper. I loved making comics just because, like, you had to read them. They were in the newspaper. You had to read them. Legally, you have to read it. And you have to, be my friend afterward, maybe. So that was fun. But like Gail, I also went to school for painting. And then I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. And because I wasn't the best painter. So I was like, what if I did animation? So I went to school for animation. And I worked as a character designer for a Nickelodeon show called Henry Danger. And that was really fun. But all the while, I was making comics on the side because I really liked it. It was fun. It turns out making comics is fun, especially if it's for you. Who knew? I know, right? Magic. So I got an agent at a magical man named Steven, and he said, well, there's this series called The Babysitters Club. I don't know if you've heard of it. And I was like, yeah. The Babysitters, I think I have. And so gave me a test. I tried out, and it was the coolest thing ever. But to research for it, like, I hadn't read the graphic novels. I didn't know they had graphic novels of it. So I ran out to the closest Barnes and Noble, and I took every one off the shelf, and I read it all in one sitting, and it was really cool. Definitely got some side eyes, but who cares? It was really fun. It was a blast, and I was like hoping like, oh, this would be so cool to join. It just seems like so much love and fun got put into these. And yay, they liked my style, so I joined in, and my first book just came out, so that's been fun. And as far as advice, I guess, I don't really know. I guess draw what you like. I remember like I had to have an alternate identity, obviously for obvious reasons, like, making stuff for adults, but also because like, it was, at the time, believe it or not, anime and manga wasn't cool. Liking that wasn't cool. And liking comics wasn't cool. So like, I wouldn't draw what I wanted to. And even when I went to college, I wasn't studying the art that I wanted, right? It took a long time. So just draw what you like. Don't put it off. Just draw what you like, and you'll do great. Yeah.
Yep, my adventure was actually very similar to everyone else's. It was, I was reading comics in the newspaper, but even though I really liked those, I didn't really understand that was a job you could have. So it wasn't until anime and manga came out or became more readily available in the United States where I was like, oh, I like how these stories are told. This is about someone my age, and it's really pretty and vibrant, and there's so much, like, this is a whole other world that I haven't explored. I know the Peanuts. I love the Peanuts. My dad grew up reading the Peanuts, so I was very fortunate to have like old collections from the 60s and 70s of comics to read growing up. But I didn't want to make any until I was about 14 or 15. And then I started, kind of like Gail was saying, drawing our adventures as teens and then showing them to my friends. And my friends would make suggestions, and we would pass notes back and forth in between classes about our adventures and all that stuff. And I ended up going to college for illustration, and comics was a side hobby for a little while. And then I realized that I wasn't really happy doing just illustration. I wanted to illustrate a whole book, every single panel, and tell those stories that way. And so eventually I got approached to expand upon the Babysitters universe with Babysitter's Little Sister. And I did the same thing as everyone else here. I did a little test page and, hoping that Scholastic liked it, and they did. And now I'm fortunate to draw the Babysitter's Little Sister series. And like everyone else said, for advice, really, you do not need any training or any materials. Whatever you have in your house, you can start drawing right now. And that is the most exciting and fun thing about making comics. You can make comics out of anything you have in your house right now.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. It's really fascinating to hear about your journeys to get here. And it's great advice for people who are aspiring to write or draw. So it's really terrific. Thank you for sharing that. We're going to jump into a fun drawing demonstration now. Each one of the authors is going to take turns drawing their favorite Babysitters Club character. We're going to get a glimpse into how they create the artwork in these graphic novels. So Raina, do you want to start us off? Which character are you drawing today?
I am drawing Christy, who's always been my favorite from the time I was a kid. And I've got my cat Kiku in the background. I think he's trying to help. I have to turn away from the microphone, but hopefully that's okay. Or I'll just lean backward really awkwardly. I don't know why, but I always start with ears when I'm drawing characters' heads. I think it just helps me to like anchor the character in space and know where their head's gonna go. Christy kind of has the floppy hair, and then she's got a ponytail. And a lot of people have commented that my character design for Christy looks a lot like my character design for my personal character, Raina, which is, autobiographical stories that I tell. And I did that purposefully. I designed Christy to look just like I draw myself because she reminded me so much of myself when I was a kid. And when these books were first published, Smile didn't exist yet. So it didn't seem strange to do that. And then it just ended up kind of being a coincidence that they look so much alike, but they have slightly different noses and they wear their hair slightly differently. So I don't know, we're different people, but we have a lot in common. And that's why she's my favorite character. So I'll just toss a little signature on there. There's Christy. Yeah.
Whoa, awesome. That's so cool to see. It's always cool to see it come together. Gail, are you going to draw first as well? Who's your favorite character?
Hello, yes. You'll be shocked to know, judging by my very bland outfit, that my favorite character is Claudia. I've been, just such a huge fan of her like personality, her style, her confidence. Like the way that Claudia is just like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever I want. Everybody is gonna have to be okay with that. Like just like knowing that she like, loving herself and allowing herself to be loved. I think that's beautiful. I start with like the kind of beanie side of the head that just kind of like woobles in. And that's just a personal preference. I think it's fun. Let's see. I really like the way that we draw Claudia's swoopy bangs. And my favorite thing about drawing Claudia is that I get to just go all out when it comes to deciding what she's gonna wear. For me, this means going onto Pinterest a lot and thinking, what would I like to live vicariously through Claudia for? In this case, it's cute bunny earrings. Let's see. So we're gonna give her a little nose and she is happy. Let's say she just found another stash of Twizzlers in her room. And I would be jealous of that personally. Sounds pretty good right about now. And then a little swoop of hair. And because her hair is dark, I'm gonna take a little bit of extra time just to give it a little white highlight. So you can see that it's shiny, like there's like a little light up here or something. And then she's wearing a sweater because I'm chilly. It is hard to draw summer books in the winter for me personally. I don't know about you. And then da-da-da. And then I'm gonna give her just a little emanada, a little shine, and call it a day. Ta-da.
Wow, incredible. And who in the audience doesn't want those earrings now? Thank you so much, Gail.
Thank you.
Gabriella, you're up next for us. Who are you drawing today?
I am going to be drawing Dawn, the coolest Cali girl around outside of Raina. All right, so the way I draw is my anchor is also the little beanie part of the head. I make mine a little more exaggerated just because, I don't know, this is how I'm feeling it. I usually add in the eyes, make them big and wide. I actually started adding that little hollow spot because of Gail. I noticed that and was like, I'm gonna steal that. That's amazing. It's big brained. And yeah, I then add big ear because, I don't know, I think ears are really cute. I add a little kind of a J. Is that a J for the inside shell? Give her a little boopable nose. Make her happy and smiling. Fill that in so we can differentiate the tongue from the rest of the mouth. Give her cute freckles from the sun. And then from here, I'm going to draw the back of her head. She's got these cool wispy bangs that I'm going to have fluttering in the wind. Because I'm just going to pretend she's like on a beach getting ready to go surfing or something. That's what California people do, right? They surf all the time. And she's got like, wisps of hair going back. I usually add a little bit of darkness here to give her a little bit of mass and follow through with the neck. She has like a really chill skater vibe, so I'm just going to give her flannel, which obviously I'm a fan of. And yeah, give her some more patterning there and then follow through with the rest of her hair. Make it all swoosh. Love the swoosh. Actually, I'm going to give her, if you fill in the bottom half, then it kind of looks like it's like these little highlights. I'm learning from manga every day. And yeah, I will add my initials there. And she is also surprised and happy you're all here.
Wow, incredible. It's always so impressive to see how quickly these characters come to life when you guys are drawing them. Katie, do you want to jump on your character now? Who are you drawing for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm drawing Karen for everyone, my number one favorite, although I'm a little biased because I do spend a lot of time with her. So like I guess everyone else, just about, I start with the bean face shape, especially this part of the face. I really like doing that shape first. So start with Karen here. And then my next anchor is the nose, actually. I feel like that helps me figure out where I want the eyes to be. And then we give Karen some eyes here. And then the next thing I like to do before anything else is draw hair. I love drawing hair. I have big, you can see I have big floofy hair, and I love drawing big floofy hair. That's why Karen's bangs are so giant. I just think it's fun, and I love drawing like that. That's a holdover from anime, right? Like I love drawing big, swoopy, gorgeous hair. So Karen gets her big, giant bangs. And then I like to do ears next, since my pencil is usually right there with her bangs. And then we get the rest of her hair going on in here, her giant ponytail. And then I give her a nice, giant, happy bee mouth. And really happy eyebrows. I don't have a marker as big as Gail and Gabby, so I can't fill in black as fast, but that's okay. And then I'm going to draw my second favorite character, which is Boo Boo. Because Boo Boo just has a really funny face, I think. Well, there we go.
Awesome. So glad you can include Boo Boo as well. Fan favorite character. Hey guys, thanks so much for all the enthusiasm in the chat, all your questions. We're so glad you're enjoying this event. It's so great to see all the enthusiasm here. So do keep those coming. It's so great to see everyone's artwork. So thank you so much for sharing that for us. As we come to the end of our event here, we got about 15 minutes left. We're going to end this with a game of Babysitters Club Trivia. We're going to be playing this game through the platform Kahoot. If you're not familiar with it, in just a moment, you're going to see a code on the top of your screen. Your teacher, parent, or guardian can visit www.kahoot.it on their computer or cell phone or tablet or any other device. We're asking each classroom to play as a team so that we don't exceed our player limit. And we are asking that you have your parent, teacher, guardian, or an adult act as the team captain here, as you'll have to register an email address. So I'm going to pop the trivia onto the screen here so you guys can all play along. So Raina, you want to start us off with our first question here?
I'd love to. What is the name of the town where the Babysitters Club takes place? Should I also read the possible answers?
Yeah, sure. Let's read those answers out.
Okay, we've got triangle shape, Bayport, circle shape, Stony Brook, diamond shape, River Heights, and square shape, Hogsmeade.
This is a variety of options we've got here.
Yes.
See, city isn't listed.
And the answer was Stony Brook. It looks like 559 teams got the answer correct. Let's see our scores. Oh, there we go. Wonder Bunny taking the lead narrowly over Giving Deer and Giving Raccoon. It's a very tight race here for the top 5. Let's move on to our next question. Gail, do you want to lead our next question?
I would love to. What position does Claudia have in the Babysitters Club? Triangle secretary, diamond vice president, circle president, or square treasurer?
What a perfect question for you.
You'd think I would know the answer.
Totally.
No, the Claudia content.
Just like flipping through my books like, no.
This used to stress me out when I was a kid. I was like, which job would I want? I don't know.
Right? And yes, the answer is vice president.
Woo.
Oh,
Changes everything. Bronze Dog taking the lead. It's a very
Excellent.
intense competition, guys. Gabriella, do you want to lead our next question?
Yeah. Okay, who came up with the idea for the Babysitters Club? Triangle, Marianne. Diamond, Christy. Circle, Claudia. Square, Iggy. Almost forgot what a circle was, guys. That was a close one.
I mean, can
It's
anybody really
Monday.
draw a circle?
I could use a kindergarten refresher, I think.
Will I ever be able to draw a circle? Not like
No,
SpongeBob
maybe.
can.
We all Ooh.
And the answer was Christy. Let's see what that did to our scores here. Bronze Dog is holding the lead. Good
Oh my
job, you
gosh.
guys. It's very tight. We have Melodic Raven, Shining Lemming, Creative Fox, Flying Sphinx, all on the top here. Let's move on to our next question. Katie, take us away.
all right. In the book, The Truth About Stacy, what is the truth about Stacy? Triangle, Stacy is allergic to animals. Diamond, Stacy is a secret agent. Circle, Stacy has diabetes. Or square, Stacy has scoliosis.
It's a tricky
Speaking of allergic to animals, I think we're talking about allergy later, right? At Graphix Con?
That's right.
We are, yeah. Allergic is coming out tomorrow. If you guys haven't seen that graphic novel, that's a great plug, Katie. I appreciate that.
Oh, I mean, of course, I'm excited for it, so I want to talk about it.
The answer, Stacy has diabetes. That is the truth about Stacy. Let's see our scores. Ooh, Melodic Raven taking the lead just barely over Bronze Dog. It is neck and neck into our fifth question.
Which character is not a member of the Babysitters Club? Triangle, Karen Brewer. Diamond, Logan Bruno. Circle, Jesse Ramsey. Square, Mary Ann Spear. And I used to think it was pronounced Spire when I was a kid.
No.
But the TV show, the Netflix show, like Anne M. Martin herself, they've all proved me wrong. It's Spear.
That would
pickle.
make sense, though.
But in my brain, okay. So the correct answer is Triangle, Karen Brewer. She is not a member of the Babysitters Club. She is the babysitter's little sister.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe someday.
Look at our scores here. Melodic Raven holding down their lead. Very,
Wow.
very close here. We are now halfway through our trivia. Let's see how the second half plays out.
The drama. When was the first The Babysitters Club novel published? Triangle 1924, Diamond 1986, Circle 1991, Square 2005.
These are getting hard.
Oh.
I only know this answer because of a very specific reason. And I will say that reason when we are done because it's a clue. This is a hard one.
Ooh, and it's Diamond 1986.
It's the year I was born.
Well, the first prose book was 1986. The first graphic novel was 2006.
That is
Oh.
tricky.
That's a really tricky one.
Yeah.
Green Yeti.
Yeah,
Hello.
Green Yeti taking the lead here. Completely changed everything.
Wow.
Game.
Wait, am I going?
Go, 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 go.
Okay. What is the name of Christy's stepsister? Triangle, Sarah Connor. Diamond, Dawn Schaefer. Circle, Karen Brewer. Square, Ramona Quimby.
I love it.
I think it would be fun to have any of these people as a stepsister.
Mhm.
And then write some alternate universe stories.
Yeah.
And the answer is Karen Brewer. That is Chrissy's stepsister, of course. Let's see our scores. Green Yeti still holding lead as we come into the final two questions. Very
Green
close here.
Yeti.
Anyone can take it.
All right. In the
Yeah.
Babysitter's Little Sister series, how does Karen break her wrist? Triangle snowboarding, diamond dancing, circle arm wrestling, or square roller skating?
Ooh.
Have any of you been snowboarding? I've never been. I really want to
Yeah.
go. You have?
Just once. I was terrible at it.
Was it fun?
Yeah, but I was terrible at it.
Well, you're braver than me.
And our answer is roller skating. Karen broke her wrist while roller skating. Let's see our scores again. Wow, Green Yeti holding strong. Very
Wow.
good,
Oh,
still
man.
in there. Fearless Jag, Glad Eagle, you guys are all holding down to the top here. Let's go on to our next question. This is 9 out of 10 questions. Raina.
What big event occurs in the book Christie's Big Day? Triangle, Claudia's grandmother has a stroke. Diamond, the Babysitters Club is formed. Circle, Christie's mom gets married. Square, Christie gets a dog. These all happened.
These are all big day events.
They are.
Oh my gosh. I still remember the day my family got a dog. I happened to be homesick, and then just like there he was. I got to like hug him first.
Oh.
And the answer, Christie's mom gets married in the book Christie's Big Day. We got 604 people answering that correctly. Let's see our scores. Wow, it says really getting locked down on the top 5 here, guys. Staying very, very close. As we go into our final question.
Which sport does Christy coach? Triangle rugby, diamond basketball, circle softball, or square soccer?
What's,
Hey, Gabby, I heard you played some sports.
huh?
I heard you've played some sports.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I was a softball kid, but I also played basketball and soccer.
Oh, dang. Hello, fellow jock.
Yeah, jocks. I loved playing sports as a kid. I want to do more now as an adult too.
Right?
Totally.
And the final answer was
Oh.
softball. That's neck and neck with people thinking it was soccer. Let's see. Final scores. Who's on our podium here?
Oh boy.
Joyful Wombat, 3rd place. Congratulations, Joyful Wombat. 2nd place is Prairie Squid. And #1st place prize goes to, drum roll, Yay!
Congratulations!
Congratulations to everyone. Following this event, we will be emailing our winners to get you guys your prizes. So thank you so much for playing, everyone. That's so much fun. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for tuning in to the Babysitters Club live event. You hope will enjoy the rest of the Graphix Con programming. We have videos on demand from Graphix creators. We have downloadable activities and plenty more to get you drawn into reading. A huge thanks to our authors, Raina Tellemeier, Gail Galligan, Gabriella Epstein, and Katie Farina. Thank you for being with us. And goodbye, everyone. You have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
This was so much fun.
Happy March.
Happy March.